Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Literally, let me just play this again. Literally. That is what TNA dropped on Friday, a Friday morning when everybody woke up. A nuclear explosion.
Assuming they didn't watch the show.
Assuming none of y'all probably didn't watch the show, but again, everybody woke up in TNA who works there that morning, woke up with the crust out of their eyes, right? Washed their face, checked their social media before they went to the gym. And they happened to bestow upon the news that Tessa Blanchard is back in TNA.
Yay!
Yeah, there's some people who feel that way. I must say, there's some people who feel that way.
My girl.
Yes, I got sunshine.
Diamonds are forever, Steve.
Diamonds are forever. Diamonds are forever. Oh. But what's going on, everyone? What is up? It is Monday, December the 16th, 2024. This is another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network. That's right, I'm looking at you. We're looking at you, mother flower. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, give this video a big old thumbs up. Hey, I'm like Fonzie from Happy Days, putting 2 thumbs up in there. Hey, ladies man reference. Watch the movie. Also, while you're at it, hit that bell notification. Be notified when we go live every single fucking week. Christmas is literally next week. Hopefully, you guys.
So fast.
It has, bro. The year's about to end, and before we know it, we're going to be doing the annual Christmas show where we play all the clips from all the stuff that has gone down on this channel alone this year. And most of it, I guarantee you, it's clips of me. For the most part, a lot of it is clips of me and some of the stuff that I've said and all that stuff. So we'll keep you posted on that one. But how have you all been out there? We can't hear you, but hopefully it was going good. But as always, I'm Steve. This is Walter right here. Walty, hope you had a good weekend.
It's a good weekend.
Yeah, of course you had a good weekend. Hopefully you had a good weekend, bro.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? The Giants lost.
Yeah, same old. Giants lose, of course.
What else is new?
That's a win in my books. So.
And of course, we were joined here by CPZ, the number one PCO fan. We still doing the campaign, bro. PCO World Champ 2025. That's still the campaign, brother.
I think we're on board still. I mean, by the way, what TNA is about to look like in 2025, he may have to be the world champ, but
he may have no choice, bro. I can't wait to see you, bro. Bound for Glory 2025 PCO versus Tessa Blanchard for the TNA World Champ. I can see it now, bro. Oh, bro. Look, let's just get into this, all right? Look, the news hit on Friday. Tessa Blanchard is back in TNA. Now, I didn't want to believe it at first. I did not want to believe, it was more like I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? I'll believe it when I see it. And I didn't think much of it, to be honest with you. Because let's be honest, so who is more worse, Hogan or Blanchard? Depending on your criteria. Put it that way. Well, we'll get into all this stuff in a bit. Just hang on tight, guys. Also, while you're at it, if you want to become a channel member, it's only $2.99 a month. All right. If you want to become an ATP channel member, you get all these beautiful perks that you see here on the screen. All right. And also, there'll be some perks coming in 2025. I'm going to let you guys know right now. There could be some changes happening in 2025 and all that stuff. So make sure, again, if you want to become a channel member, it's optional. It'll be appreciated. If you want to support the channel, Again, only $2.99. You get all the perks like you see here in the channel here. All that stuff. Hit the join button, more importantly. If you don't see the join button on your screen, if you don't see it, there is a link in the YouTube description box of the stream, podcast, whatever you want to call this. And you can join there too. Only $2.99 a month. All right. PCO for TNA champ, another black man winning. But let's get into the big topic of the weekend here. Look, Tessa Blanchard is back in TNA. It was, like I said before, it was more of a I'll believe it when I see it, right? There was reports that Jordan Grace is pushing back on working with her, right? But again, for me, it was like I'll believe it when I see it, right? Final resolution took place. So, mind you, I didn't really watch the whole thing, to be honest. I know Nick Nemeth retained.
That show was good. It had no business being good. The card was terrible. And it was a good show. I was like, what the hell is this? It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
I saw that I saw that AJ Francis did a moonsault from the top rope.
Yeah, definitely his best match.
Yes. Yes. But I was looking to see, all right, where was it going to happen? And it was during the match between, if memory serves me correct here, it was Rosemary versus Jordan Grace. Yeah. The match was over, and someone hits the ring in a mask, right? A nice fluffy black jacket, black jeans. It looked like she had on the. I think she had on the Barclays. Was she wearing the Barclays? I guess she had on her feet.
Atlanta's cold right now.
Yeah, Atlanta's cold right now. Yes, it's cold. It's cold. It is as cold as AEW right now. Let's put it that way. Actually, it was like that this past weekend over here, or not in my neck of the woods. Let's put it that way. It was like Saturday. It was as cold as AEW.
Damn.
Right. I'm kidding. God, here we go. All the soy boys. Oh, how dare he? How dare he say this shit? Oh my God, it's so rude. He can't help himself and shit. But it happened. She hit the Andrade finishing move from his first run in the Fed, the cross arm breaker, the cross not the cross arm, that's the arm bar, the DDT, I forgot what he called it, but she hit her version of it. I'm familiar with the move. I've seen her do this move so many times. Right? What was she calling it back in the day? Was it?
To be honest, I don't even remember.
Yeah. Point is, though, it's been such a long time. It's been such a long time. And it's Tessa Blanchard literally in the ring, inside of a TNA ring after all these years, bro.
Chef's kiss.
And I ain't gonna lie, bro. She looks very beautiful. I must say that. So for all the shit that you guys may say about her, let's be honest here. Like, Walter, be honest here. Beautiful looking woman, I must say.
She's in your kind. I mean, you guys got a shot.
Respectful. I wouldn't know.
I don't think anyone's an issue with her looks. I don't think that was the problem.
I don't want her touching a certain. I'm not Ricochet. I'm sorry, brother.
Ricochet. Oh,
but in the mud. But the point is though, this caused a lot of controversy on social media. This got people very, very upset. Like to quote that song, make them feel some type of way. Yeah. You know. Rest in peace. But got people very upset. Very like, how dare this be a thing? Oh my God. Now look, there's some people also, I saw this too. Why is she getting hate? I don't understand it. There's people who may not understand. People must not.
I had a friend that he doesn't even watch wrestling that much. And he just told me, like, why am I seeing this about this girl all over Twitter?
She's still fine. Tessa should be in WWE, but TNA works too. Well, we'll get into that. So who's worse, Hogan or Blanchard? Walter should be coming back. Tessa's a great women's wrestler. Sorry to the people who can't handle bullying. Buy a helmet if it helps. So people wondering, why is it that she has been, why has she not been in the news in almost 4 years, right? Why has she not been in the news? What's going on? So let me take this time to give you guys the cliff notes, if I can, because I'm sure I've seen a lot of shows try to break down the story, right? You know what happened, right? So at one point, Tessa Blanchard was viewed to be as one of the top wrestlers on the planet. Not, regardless of gender. She was one of the top wrestlers on the planet, not signed to WWE or AEW. Right? She was signed to TNA. There was a point in time, believe it or not, where a lot of people were already saying WrestleMania, Charlotte Flair versus Tessa Blanchard. The battle of the Horseman kids. The battle of the Horseman kids, right? The daughter of Toni Blanchard. Also stepdaughter of Magnum TA. Many of you might have not known that. Even though both Tully and Magnum had a feud back in the day. I believe they had an I Quit match from many years ago, which is brutal as all hell. Right? And of course, Charlotte, the daughter of Ric Flair. But people, again, wondering, why is she getting all this hate? I'm going to get to that right now. So, in the beginning of 2020, before the pandemic, before the world went to hell, there was a TNA pay-per-view, or my bad, at the time, Impact Wrestling pay-per-view. Still the same thing, but you get the idea. Called Hard to Kill. And in the main event, it was Tessa Blanchard versus Sami Callihan for the Impact World Championship. At the time, the thing was intergender wrestling. That was the thing on the independents, so TNA capitalized on it, right? Impact capitalized on it. Intergender wrestling. Men versus women on stuff. Not my cup of tea, but I get for those who are into it, that's fine. So the day before the pay-per-view, Tessa goes on Twitter and she decides to, post a tweet. A tweet that could be that was career changing.
It was.
Hey women, try supporting one another. Cool things happen. This happened on January 11, 2020 at 4:47 p.m. Now, you read this tweet, you guys like us or anyone out there, cool, that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? Women should support it. Women should my goodness. Women should support each other, right? It's awesome. Good things do happen. Oh my God, look, Tessa Blanchard is about to wrestle for the World Championship. The Men's World Championship, right? It's a big fucking deal. Holy shit. The first woman to be the Impact World Champion, potentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the replies kicked in. It all started with Allison Kay, the former NWA Women's Champion, former Knockout Champion. You might remember her as Sienna in TNA, right?
Yeah.
She basically, if I can find it here, is it? Here you go. Remember when you spat in a black woman's face and called her the N-word in Japan? Was that you supporting women? The audacity of this tweet. And more women chimed in. You had Chelsea Green, who is now the first ever WWE Women's U.S. Champion. You've consistently put down, bullied, and belittled countless female co-workers, including me. Is that support? Isla Dawn.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know it was her.
Isla Dawn, another one. As someone who experienced your bullying firsthand, received regular verbal abuse, was spat on, had numerous spread about me, with multiple attempts by you to blacklist me from other companies, plus more in parentheses. I just pray you now follow your own advice. But wait, there's more. Gigi Dolan, at the time going as Priscilla Kelly. Remember publicly putting me down on Twitter last year for something that didn't involve you whatsoever, then continuing to drag my name to other people for it? Pepperidge Farm remembers. You should probably delete this tweet, which she eventually went on to do, by the way. Now, you're probably wondering what Allison Kay was referring to, right? Back in 2017 in Japan, this involved La Rosa Negra. This is the woman that Tessa Blanchard, according to everyone, spat on, called the N-word. La Rosa Negro went on Twitter after to admit, this actually happened. Rebel from, TNA back in the day, now AEW, wherever she's at, I don't know. Also, confirmed what happened. Shanna, remember from AEW at one point, right? Also admitted, this happened too. So you had a lot of women come out in saying all the stuff that was bad about Tessa Blanchard. Tessa went on to tweet this back in 2020 after. Not true. This is my statement. And the most attention I'll give it because of how actually ridiculous it is. So she denied it. And TNA, Impact Wrestling, seeing all this, proceeds to give her the world title anyway. LOL TNA. Because it's LOL TNA, right? Let's give her the world title. Because
they don't know how to
why not? No?
What happened?
Why did she tweet that? Do we remember? Which one, Romeo?
He's talking about that tweet about her saying women need to support.
I think honestly, I think it was her in the moment. Yo, I'm about to fight for the world title, the men's world title. At the time, there was this whole
lot of scrutiny about it too.
Yeah, you want to elaborate on that a little bit, CBZ?
Yeah. So basically, at the time was people were kind of split in half on women's against men's into wrestling. So when people started seeing, I think the number one thing that pissed the whole internet off is that episode of Impact where Tessa Blanchard beat Brian Cage in a wrestling match, and that like ticked everybody off. So from that point on, there was this kind of like, and she was the face of it. Like you would see Tessa Blanchard do all these matches against men. Joey, well, you know his name, the Joey guy,
from Cancel Culture, Joseph Ryan,
Disney man, So her face guys like Brian Cage,
born again Christian. You mean the born again Christian all of a sudden?
She fought guys like Moose, all these people that she wrestled like on the indies. So when she was finally getting a shot at the world title, people were like, the hell, TNA gonna put the title on a woman? So it was kind of like,
of course,
a lot of down talk about that.
Yes. So again, any other person reading that tweet's like, oh, cool, it's fine. Yeah, this is awesome. But all this happened, right? Yep. All this happened, right? So then factor in, at this point of the game, she only had one title defense against Kyle Valkyrie. And then the world went to hell. The pandemic, right? Impact was still running shows in front of no crowds, right? And she was scheduled to defend the world title, I believe was a Slammiversary, right? Was it that?
Oh, you're talking about the show? Yeah, Slammiversary.
At the time, Tessa was living in Mexico. In Mexico. Yeah, right? She was living out there with her then husband, fiance at the time, whatever it was, Daga. You're probably saying to yourself, who?
Who the fuck?
Yeah, you're probably saying to yourselves, again, at this point right now, you're probably saying to yourselves, who? I'm on the Steve's Kitchen thing right now. I don't have that clip here, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. So she had a fear of leaving the country, getting back in, because again, the world was shut down and there was a lot of restrictions. So TNA, Impact, I keep calling them, I'll just say TNA, okay?
Yeah,
say TNA. They're like, all right, you know what? Can you at least, do some promos from home? At least, and we can splice them into the show. You know what I mean? She could even bother to do that. She didn't care. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Nothing. They were trying to get her to fly over to the States to at least she can drop the belt, because at the time her deal was about to be up with TNA, by the way. Her contract was expiring at the time. Yes, another LOL TNA. Put the world title on someone that's about to leave the company. Right? And no, she didn't want to fly to the States. So what did TNA do? They fired her. They fired her. And then they had to, I don't know if I forgot this story or not, but they had to buy a replica, a bootleg world title from eBay. Do you remember this?
Yes, this is because they asked Tessa Blanchard to send the belt back to them because she's done. And Tessa Blanchard said, y'all got to pay some money if you want this belt back.
I think it was like 150,000. I think
yeah. Yeah, and TNA was like,
And I gotta say, the bootleg version looked better than the one Tessa was rocking. I must say, that's the thing about it. If you go on eBay, you look at like these world title belts that they have them on. They're bootleg belts, but they look so like accurate, but they're bootlegs. You know they're bootleg, but they're accurate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then that whole thing happened, right? And we have not heard from Tessa, right? There was a point where it looked like she was gonna make some type of comeback, right? Remember Wow, Women of Wrestling?
Yeah. Yep.
And she was gonna be like the top star of that promotion. They got syndication on CBS at the time.
Yeah.
And that was gonna be like her redemption. Like, all right, this is to show everyone that she has changed as a person. That didn't work. If I recall, they had like a promo class and she just tore into a somebody. And remember, she came out with that nuclear t-shirt, right, at the time and all that shit. And it just, again, all that happened. We have not heard from her, right? She'll take indies here and there. Like, do you guys remember that clip from a couple of years ago from some random rinky-dink indie show where some guy's like, oh, she likes pizza and there's ice cream, and then the most depressing thing in the world.
Yep. She got blacklisted from wrestling. Yeah. She had to go to Mexico to get work in Mexico.
Yeah. If it's true, to me, looks a lot of female hating another. The girl can work. She deserves a second chance. And that's the thing, too. So, fast forward now, here we are, 2024. For those of you who are wondering, oh, so where has she been? Like, I know she attended college. I think she got like her degree in something. I think she was doing some like military courses too, like ROTC.
Yeah,
could be wrong.
ROTC, yep.
And also, she was wrestling in Mexico for CMLL as of recent. He was one half of the CMLL Women's Tag Team Champions, which, by the way, the same titles that Stephanie Vaquer had to vacate because she went to WWE. And now guess what? CMLL had to issue a statement that they are vacating the Women's Tag Team title because Tessa left. So now here we are, right? She's back in TNA. And here's how I look at it too, right? Here's how I look at it. I can understand TNA because TNA, depending who you listen to, the report is that they try to keep this a secret from everybody. Her returning to TNA, a secret. Because they knew there would be backlash. They knew, to my understanding, the person who greenlit this whole thing was someone in Anthem, a higher up, someone higher.
Yeah.
Is not involved in the wrestling, but you know, just basically brought him in, right? And to mind you, a lot of wrestlers, when they found out about it, were not happy about this. They issued their opinion, they voiced out, right? Well, Jordan Grace, there was a report she was trying to push back on working with Tessa Blanchard, even though Jordan's literally 1 foot out the door.
Yeah.
Right? So here's my take on this whole thing. I'm gonna try to
let's give our takes.
Yeah, let's give our take. Like, I look at this from two perspectives, right? There are two sides of this, the way I look at it, right? On one hand, I can understand people who are upset, right? Who are upset, that are offended by this. Because let's be honest, what she did was not right. She did a bad thing. She did a bad thing. right? And everyone who's upset, I get it. They have every right to. It's fine. But most of these folks, let's be honest, don't even watch TNA. They don't watch TNA in the first place. They don't watch TNA in the first place. They don't watch TNA in the first place. You know what I mean? They don't watch TNA. I love how everyone on social media, on Twitter, LOL TNA, but they don't even watch TNA.
Yeah.
But I get their reasons for being upset. I get it. I understand it. On the other side of it, I understand there's folks who will say, oh, you know what? She deserves a second chance. You know what? People can change. And I agree. People can change. Absolutely. You know? The way I look at it too, also, TNA realizing, people are leaving. Right? Speedball's gone. Josh Alexander's about to be out the door. I think his wife already left the company too. Jordan Grace is literally about to be once again in the Women's Rumble and just tear it up in WWE. Yeah. AJ Francis, there's a report that he might be re-signing or not. I don't know. But talent's leaving. Yeah. So TNA needs bodies to fill in for these people. Yeah. This is where you insert Tessa Blanchard. Say what you want about her. Whatever you want. Say it. It is what it is. But you can't take away the fact that she's a talented woman in the ring. When that bell rings, bro, she's talented, bro. Yeah. The most talented people in the world that perform, but when the lights are bright, are pieces of shit. Let's be real about it. The most amazing Michael Jordan, the most amazing basketball player of all fucking time. Almost a soccer player, I know. The most amazing, the greatest basketball player of all fucking time, the GOAT. Yeah. Was a piece of shit to people as well. I'm just saying. John Jones, the GOAT, the greatest MMA fighter of all fucking time. Look what he did. I'll say this: there's no way they can try to make her a babyface. Oh hell no!
They didn't.
No, hell no. Her babyface. Larry Bird.
I mean, from what we know, yeah. They didn't have those mic ups, those NBA mic ups back in the day.
No, they didn't. But the reality is, look, man, look. People can change. I believe that. To my understanding, too, this is the big one. She did apologize to La Rosa Negra. There's pictures on social media where they made up. There's pictures on social media where they made up, right? La Rosa Negra did forgive her. When you think about it, that's the one person that she needed to apologize to. But at the same time, everyone, the stories of her, all the women that she bullied, all the women that she, to them too. I think she needs to apologize to them as well. But she's not going to be honest. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And look, there's a reason why you have not heard anything from her. Because the thing about it, in her time in CMLL, she was on her best behavior. You know why? You know why, right? Because in Mexico, they don't play. They're not fucking around with that shit. What? You what? And you're American? Oh, it's
what's
Joe,
that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying, bro. They don't play that shit in Mexico. Granted, to be fair, Mexico is the same country that is allowing Alberto Del Dipshit to wrestle. They're allowing Pedo Skrull to wrestle. Because I even heard people say this too. I've even heard people say, "Oh, you know what? If Tessa can get a second chance, so should Marty Skrull." No, fuck no. Last time I checked, Tessa Blanchard did not fuck a minor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't want to hear this old bull. Oh, but in England, the age of consent is 16. I don't give a fuck. Don't want to hear it. I will say this though, for Tessa Blanchard, She got her career taken away. I'm sure Tessa has been humbled. We're not perfect. We all said we wish we can take back. Yes. Listen, Tessa Blanchard was in her early 20s when she said all this shit. Early fucking 20s. Do you have any idea how much dumb shit we said in our early 20s and our late teens that we wish when you look back on it, you're like, I'll be look like me, bro. Some of my old content, the old Houston content, I don't know how many of y'all, if you were following me in 2013, bro, I was a different person. I was a whole different person. The 2013 me would not be accepted in today's community. I'd be canceled. Flat out. The point is, though, yes, people can change. People do deserve a second chance. But I'll be honest, it doesn't help when you're the wrestling media and you put this narrative out there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It doesn't help. How do you want someone to change, or how do you want someone to show that they changed when you're not going to, again, I'm not saying you got to be their biggest fan. No one is saying that. Yeah. But like, at the end of the day, look, for all we know, look, this is her last chance. This is it.
It is.
This is it, bro.
And she knows that.
She knows that she need to be on her best behavior. There's no more fucking. I know I say this a lot. No more fucking around. Yeah. No more fucking around. This is it. Yeah. You fuck this up, it's Jover. Yeah. You better go learn Chinese. Ni hao. You fuck this up. At this point, go move to China. Go move to China.
And this is what I kind of want to say about this. It's like, look, as you guys can tell here, I'm an African American male. Okay. Sometimes
we're all minorities here.
Yeah, we're all minorities, right? So sometimes somebody's gonna say something. I see people, hear people, like a chief said, there's Call of Duty lobbies where people are saying the worst possible things that can be said to human beings ever, right? Those people, I don't think to myself, they should never have a chance to income and feed their families ever again. I do think they should get the shit slapped out of them. I do think somebody should beat their ass. You're cute. No, I think so. Sorry, I just threw me off guard. I do think you should get your ass beat for that. You know what I'm saying? But do I think you shouldn't have a chance to make income? Do I think that maybe, okay, this is what I want to say. Is Tessa Blanchard racist? Do I really think that? No, I don't think that. I think, first of all, she dated a black dude prior to this incident right here, right? So I don't think she's racist. I think maybe there was a heated discussion, and when you get into a heated discussion, you're able to say some shit you never thought you would say, and maybe you could take it back, right? This is the only probably incident that we can tell with Tessa Blanchard that something racist came out of her mouth. Now, her spitting on women and things like that, that's terrible too. But, you hear about all this stuff in wrestling all the time. This is why I was so confused watching it on the timeline. I'm like, wait a second. Why are we just mad at Tessa Blanchard? This is my problem with internet fans. If you're going to come at one, come at all of them. Come at Randy Orton, who's dropping the N-word on the Xbox Live. Come at Kevin Owens. Come at your boy Excalibur. Come at all these people who've said racist stuff. Come at all your favorites. Come at AJ Styles, who's dropping the F word and not the UCK. Come at him too. Come at all these wrestlers. You guys, you guys like to drag all these wrestlers, or well, you pick and choose which ones you want to drag through, like Tessa Blanchard. But all these other wrestlers, they're thriving on TV, and you guys are just okay with it. You're fine because you like the way they wrestle, right? So now we're going to use recency bias because that's what we do in wrestling. It's like, what have you done for me lately? That's what we pay attention to, right? We love Stone Cold Steve Austin. He literally beat his wife. It's documented on the internet. You can see it. Tessa Blanchard says a slur. Oh my gosh, she should never get another match in the history of the wrestling business, right? And as Steve and everyone else has said in the chat, yeah, you can change, right? Second chances. This is why people go to jail. People, you go to jail, you get locked up, come out probation, then you get to go out to society. This is kind of right, yeah. Hulk Hogan is still in the spotlight selling out his beer. Exactly. But anyways, with that being said, Tessa Blanchard has another chance to change the narrative on herself, right? And
absolutely.
And that's what it's gonna be. So I don't get the anger. It's like was I disappointed to hear that as a black person that's a fan of Tessa Blanchard? Of course, right? But
exactly.
never once did I say, man, Tessa Blanchard shouldn't even get one booking after this. She's been humble, you can tell. She went to ROT, people.
And if that's the case too,
then discipline.
Y'all might as well look. If y'all might as well hate on Red Velvet for working with. She's very good friends with Red Velvet. She's very good. Hey, she was training with Mercedes, the AEW TBS champion, the New Japan Strong Women's champion. Hell, she's still good buddies with Moose, and I've seen people even try to drag Moose through the mud in this shit. Like, here's my thing too, and it goes back to if you guys watched the Vince review, the Vince documentary review that me and Chase did a couple of months ago. Like a couple of months ago, when the Netflix documentary dropped, right? On Vince.
Yeah.
And we reviewed it. We said this, and I think it was Chase who said this, a lot of people have never been put in that situation. Like, imagine if Tessa Blanchard was your friend or your sibling, whether it be sister, mother, whatever.
Yeah.
And you hear all this shit. What are you going to do? Are you going to be supportive of that person? Even though you know what they did was wrong, but you try to help them become a better person? Or are you going to just ditch them? You're like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm leaving. Because again, what she did wasn't right. Let's be honest. Let's just get this clear. Like, what she did wasn't right. Point is, though, look. At this stage of the game, look, Tessa Blanchard right now is 29 years old, 28, 29, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, she probably has matured. She's seen the errors of her ways. But yes, would I love to see her make an apology for everyone? Absolutely. But you can't force it out of her. Some things you just can't force out of people. And again, it doesn't help when you're the wrestling media and you guys want to paint this narrative all of a sudden. But hey, what can I tell you, man? That's just how people are, Point is, though, look, she's back in TNA. Hopefully she behaves, right? Because who knows? Maybe, for all we know, bro, I think this was Solid Monster who said this shit. And shout out to him. This is probably the test run. Let's see how she does in TNA. Can she draw money for them? Can she do business?
That's the important thing.
And if she can, who knows? Maybe out of this, she gets to deal with WWE
or AEW.
Because think about this too, right? At this stage of the game right now, Tessa should have been already in WWE, wrestling Charlotte Flair, wrestling at the time Sasha Banks, Bayley, headlining WrestleMania. She was that good. Or you know what? At AEW. Because at the time, the women's division AEW was, let's be honest, kind of in the mud. But she at least was the one she was the one who stood out, though, as, again, fucked up person, whatever you want to say. But in the ring, she's amazing. Again, let's hope she changes. I don't want to, maybe we could do a little over-under here, but I hope nothing but the best. I really, really do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Again,
my thing is, like, with TNA, like, they must have really needed her or something. Like, what made them?
They did, and Steve brought that up. Like, TNA, you're losing all your top stars. Josh, Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace.
Well, to my understanding, Joe Hendry still hasn't, I think, till 2026. To my understanding.
2020. So
he's gonna find a way to get out of that.
He's gonna. Well, he's not Ray Phoenix. You know, he could try like Ray Phoenix, but
yeah. And especially here's the thing I wanted to say too. It's like,
all
these people, all these people are leaving TNA, and this is the year now where they're trying to put people into an arena, and you're losing all your stars that probably got you to the dance in the first place. So that's why they need somebody, Tessa, to come back and work for them. And I just want to preface everybody out there, okay? Tessa Blanchard's gonna beat Jordan Grace. So when that happens, don't be upset. She's gonna enter the WWE. She's gonna beat her, and then guess what's gonna happen after that? She's gonna face Masha Slamovich, and she's gonna win the Knockouts title. Okay, so just brace for impact. No pun intended. But that's what's gonna happen.
It's happening. It's happening. Walter, what's your thoughts on all this, bro? Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with my camera.
You're fine.
Anywho,
in the mud. I don't see you.
You don't see me, but you hear me, right?
I hear. Just take the cam off. Just turn the cam off if you feel like you have an issue.
No, but I can see why it's a little complicated with some people. You know, it's very sensitive with whole race thing and just how she was treating people. You know, a lot of people did come out, and it did get her in trouble, and she didn't apologize at first, so it did cost her a couple years of her career
and money,
but and a lot of money, But at the end of the day, it's TNA who's giving her the chance. It's not like she's doing anything wrong, and I haven't heard anything bad about her recently at all.
And also, I want to say sorry, Walter, but blame the people who platformed her after she left TNA. They all knew about it. This was there for everybody to see. And WoW still platformed her. These indies still platformed her, and Mexico still platformed her.
Right. I mean, she still was able to wrestle and have a platform, even if it wasn't a big stage. Now she's gonna be to more audiences in a way with TNA. So let's see how she does. Like I said, TNA. This was I don't know if you would say a gamble, but in a way, yeah, because now you got to deal with the backlash. But it could end up working out.
3 million views on the Twitter video. 1.3 million. Of course,
they don't care as long as it's the views, engagement, anything to get them talking.
Exactly. That's all it is at the end of the day. People need to also understand that also.
But I wish her well though.
I wish her well too.
Take this second chance, seriously, because this is it.
Yeah, this is it. No more fucking around. No more fucking around. But let's move on here. Let's move on from this. Again, kind of talked about this more, but I hope you guys out there in the chat, it's up to you guys. If y'all want to give her a second chance, that'll be cool. But it's up to you guys at the end of the day. Again, you're gonna hear other shows, other podcasters out here that go like, "Oh, fuck her," this and that. Again,
they'll never watch an episode of TNA. That's just the funniest part about it.
Yeah, they'll never once. They can't even tell you who was on the final resolution card. They heard about what happened. Is LOL TNA.
Right,
but again,
and the slap. That's all they.
Yeah, exactly. But also, again, big up for TNA. Bringing in the person that fucked them over at one point. But at the end of the day, look, it's a business. Pro wrestling has been a business this entire time.
Yeah.
Vince is notorious for bringing in people who've done terrible things back into his company.
Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, right? Bret Hart.
It's not like it's one person. It's Anthem.
Yeah.
They didn't really. They don't care about what happened. They're like, we need people.
No, let me tell you, Anthem was basically like.
Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Fair enough.
Don't give a fuck.
Pretty much. Let's move on here. Let's get into other topics here and other news here. And a lot of stuff that went down over the weekend was also Saturday night's main event that went down. Overall, I thought the show was, as far as, again, nostalgia, I can appreciate nostalgia. I can appreciate them playing the old Saturday Night's theme song from back in the day. I can appreciate the red, white, and blue ropes. I can appreciate the fact that they brought back Jesse the Body Ventura, right?
Yeah.
Granted, you had to deal with the fact it was Nassau Coliseum. I get it, the home of the first Saturday's main event.
That's the first one.
I heard that building is basically it's a shit show.
Shits.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The building that is the building. But outside of that, nevertheless, good on them though. Good on them. That I thought what I thought was a solid house show for the most part. Solid.
Televised house show.
Yes, a televised house show for the most part. What about you guys? What do y'all thought of the show? Well, did you watch it or catch the replay?
I did catch it. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It was a pretty solid house show. I mean, it wasn't PLE standards. Triple H just basically said, "We'll give you some solid matches, not even great matches because they don't have enough time."
It's 2 hours.
But I thought, yeah, so it wasn't that. It wasn't long at all, obviously, but I felt like the only thing that was really missing was maybe more like backstage segments. Give it some old school feel. Like you had the ropes. That was you had the ropes. You had the stage. Yeah, Jesse. Ventura he was pretty good for the one match he did. So
it's funny. A lot of people are like, "Who? What?" I guarantee a lot of these fans who are under 30, who never even don't go again. They have Peacock, right? They have the WWE Network. But they don't go back and they never went back and rewatch the old school stuff.
You don't even have to I mean, yeah, like you don't even have to do research. It's just I feel like any clip you see, you hear that voice, you kind of just go with the flow. It's not like I purposely was trying to find out, just see the Body Ventura. I mean, obviously I knew him before that, but I knew what you're talking about because some people on Twitter didn't know who he was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people
2008 wrestling fans, the brand.
Yeah. So the show opened up with Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. I thought the match, for what it was fine for the most part. I felt like Drew really did need this win for the most part as well. The story that he's trying to tell here, he took out Jimmy and Jay, right? He laid them both out, and now he took out Sami Zayn. So it's again, also factoring in that promo he cut on Busted Open. He literally poured his heart out into that thing, or he just dropped the mic and then walked out. But for the most part, that the match was, it was a fun match for the most part, but Drew really did need the win. So
I want to ask, do you think with this report that it's going to be Rock versus Cody at Mania, that they'll do Drew McIntyre against Roman Reigns? That's kind of like the last portion of Drew's crusade to take out the OG bloodline.
Could be. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. But maybe save that for a Saturday night's main event. Maybe save that for you know what I mean. But I don't think PLE, to be honest.
Well, they could do a PLE. I just don't think it's gonna be Mania. Roman and Drew.
So. I don't think so either. Mm-hmm. We've been there.
They probably got her. Yeah, they did that. What?
2022.
2019.
2019, 30, WrestleMania 35, I think they did. That was different characters back then, but yeah. And then they had one Cash the Castle.
So. Yeah. But good win for Drew.
I agree. Saturday night's main event.
He needed that win, though. He needed that win. Yeah. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I thought the match, for the most part, was a fun match. For the most part. There was a point in the match where Liv started bleeding. I think from the mouth, I think it was.
She kneed her in
she got kneed in the nose. Yeah, she did. Yeah, the nose. She got kneed. But of course, if you thought that literally that Liv Morgan was going to lose, I hate to break it to you, wasn't happening. And obviously, Liv got the win. And then after this, she had a face-off with Rhea Ripley. Face-off. Hyping up the real match. Feud. The real feud. The real program. January 6th, buddy. January 6th. Netflix, buddy. Netflix. New fucking logo right there, by the way. Fuck you guys. Look, I don't hate the logo. I've seen people online, the logo is shit, isn't that? I think as time you need to change, right? I don't mind this logo. I don't mind it
It's
at all.
following a theme. The other logos are silver too in the other shows.
Yeah, exactly. So give it a break, guys. Touch grass.
Man.
Touch grass.
I just want to know in that video, why didn't Hunter let me know he was nearby? I wasn't standing.
You would have drove by like, hey, yo, want me to hold the light? Want me to do this? Yeah. Want me to drive you? I'll drive you.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna be there Wednesday. I think I forgot what time.
You're
while
going?
I'm working.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I'll be working.
That's
Oh,
free
that's
meetup.
Look, I can take lunch at this hour. I gotta go somewhere real quick. Just go.
Nah.
We need a correspondent. Walter, we need a correspondent, brother. Correspondent.
I watch it just like y'all on YouTube.
Mud. Following this, I believe it was Damian Priest and it was the women's U.S. title match.
You were right.
No, right.
It was a title match.
Yeah, it was Gunther, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor. I will say this: Damian Priest should definitely buy Gunther a Christmas present because Gunther saved his life, bro. The outside, so Gunther was gonna powerbomb Priest, and I guess because Priest has long legs, right? I guess part of his foot caught the steel step.
Yeah.
So it caught that whole thing where it's like, oh my god, it could have literally had Priest be dropped on his head, but Gunther held on and got the power bomb and dropped him on the steel steps, obviously. But that shit could have gone bad. Could have gone bad. Hell, even like Eob did a botch, but still, I was fine with it.
Her botch was terrible.
And as expected, Finn Balor was there to eat the pin. The moment you hear three-way, like, all right, you know where this is going. Finn's eating the pin. You know?
Even if it was a one-on-one, he's eating the pin.
Kid's a job.
Yeah, it's easy. I don't know.
And somebody told me this dude's getting a push.
Well, look, tonight is him and JD defending the tag titles. Chances are they're dropping the tag titles, and we're gonna see more of this whole dissension of the Judgment Day. This whole like destruction.
Please.
Yeah, Finn's getting kicked out.
He's probably gonna get kicked out for sure. Yeah, I see that happening too. Probably getting kicked out. It's over, kid. Fun while it lasted. Leave the memories alone, and I'll go my way. Some shit like that. Y'all still hear me, right?
I hear you. Why? Because you froze?
Yeah, I froze here for a sec here. I'm gonna see if I can. We're back.
You're back.
And we're back. Yeah. We're back, kids. We're back. We're so back. Me, Chin, and maybe I want to chime in on the match though, because I feel like I'm just rambling on. I just feel like you guys want to chime in too.
That sounds good. I feel like most of these matches are about the same.
I just want to keep commenting on my one opinion that I think Gunther's the most overrated wrestler in all of wrestling.
Oh, come on, dude.
He just spams chops. He just spams chops 90% of the match, does some headlocks, power bomb, and matches over. We go crazy. Yeah.
I feel like he's fine.
Let him wrestle PCO, bro. Let him wrestle PCO.
Yeah,
but eventually, yeah. Get him an interesting storyline. This whole not having his aura thing.
I think they did though. I think they did many years ago. They did. What? PCO wrestled Gunther many years ago on an independent in Europe, and Gunther's like, I will never wrestle him again. Dude's a crazy motherfucker. Yo, man, PCO's a savage, bro.
That was too much for him.
Don't let the age deceive you, motherfuckers are savage. But what are you gonna say, Walter? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm saying that was too much for him. But yeah, I just think they need to find something interesting with him next, like this whole not having aura storyline. I'm not buying it. Like
I was gonna say, bro, him and Punk, but like Punk will be working with Rollins, like getting going.
So it's like he's kind of like in the background now. If Punk and Rollins is gonna be the main story on Raw.
Yeah, for the most part. We then got Michin and Chelsea Green for the women's U.S. title. I'm happy for Chelsea Green. I thought both women did good. I love the fact that Michael Cole acknowledged TNA.
Yeah, did you hear him say that she won the TV title in TNA, even though they never had a TV title?
They never did. They never. I mean, technically.
No, I'm talking about for women's TV.
Oh no, they never did. But again, I think Cole was in the moment, so he doesn't really. Again, they're just throwing shit in his ear.
Moment.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I really, really am here. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't expect. Listen. I don't expect Michael Cole to have a Honor Club subscription, a subscription to TNA Plus. I don't expect him to have. Can you imagine if Cole had a New Japan World subscription? Holy shit, bro! Or a Wrestle Universe subscription? Oh, bro, we're off to the race. I know. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying.
He's just researching whoever he's going to commentate for.
Basically, yeah, that's what it is. But I thought for the most part, both women did good. But I thought the right person went over in Chelsea Green. I loved Chelsea Green's attire. All the pictures all over her. Also paying homage to her husband, Matt Cardona. Not only were they in Long Island, but she had like the cut, the one leg, just like nice Cardona touch. Just like Cardona back in the day. He was in the Fed, early Zack Ryder days. But the right woman won here, so good for her on that. Good for her. And then we got the main event, but obviously before we, I do want to showcase this picture. Obviously Chelsea Green there. There you go. With the belt there, looked nice. And then in the main event, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes brought back the Winged Eagle belt, the most beautiful, prestigious championship in the history of WWE. This is the belt.
It was weird. The belt looked too clean.
It's a replica.
It's a replica.
Yeah,
it's a replica. That's my only complaint. Like, bro, okay, you guys could not brought out the ring, a ring warrant. I know they have one in their warehouse. They have one. They have one stored. Now, could it be because it's a WWF logo?
Oh yeah, they had the the new logo. That's what.
And it's like, now mind you, there's photos like Kevin Owens with the belt, and he has like the old logo. No, he doesn't have the logo on the belt. Just there's no logo on it, right? Could he have shown that? Absolutely. But I think the reality is, for them right now, is for one night, so it doesn't really matter. Like, but I guarantee you, by the amount of people who probably purchased the belt, I'm pretty sure this is probably the first time a lot of people have seen it.
Yeah.
Like my godson, right, who watched the show on playback. Like, yo, Steve, what's that belt, man? Look, that shit looks beautiful. I'm like, yeah, bro. You only knew. If you only knew. And that shit's gonna fly off the shelves. Literally, I guarantee you, people are trying to get that that 1 day delivery, 2 day delivery, whatever it is, just so they can get it for Christmas. And let me just say this right now, bro. That belt needs to be the new belt. I love it. Look, I don't mind the golden WWE Undisputed Champion. It's fine. But for this, if you want to do it every single Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Main Event, so be it. But they got to start changing some shit, Congrats to Chelsea Green. Thank you, brother. Exactly. But Walter, what was your thoughts, bro? Like on the whole match between Kevin Owens, on the belt, on Kevin Owens and Cody and all that stuff. And
the belt was nice to see it back. Yeah, it's the replica, but it is what it is. As long as we saw it back.
I already knew it was replica. I knew the moment to shake it out. Yeah, it's a replica belt.
Yeah.
I'm not bummed by it, though. Not bummed.
But the match itself was pretty good. I think this was the most intriguing match for sure. I like, even though I wish Kevin Owens won, which I knew it wasn't gonna happen, but I like that Cody didn't fall. He basically won dirty. Every now and then I think baby faces don't want to always win clean. And for the one instance, I'm like, this makes sense. No one's gonna get mad. And then obviously they did a segment after the show where he went all out and did his famous package power driver. That was vintage Kevin Owens.
Look. That wasn't Kevin Owens on Saturday night. That was Kevin Steen. That was Kevin. That was Mr. Wrestling. That was the guy that I remember from back in the day. Walter would have said back in the day, "Oh, you're glazing this guy. You're glazing."
hard
Just
on
like-
glazing, but I
just
always
like
love
Chris
that
Collins.
finisher though.
Just like Chris Collins, where it's glazing
Patrick Mahomes.
on ATP Gaming the same way. But
I,
look,
I
man,
think Tony Romo does it worse than Chris Collins.
Yeah. It's a competition for sure.
but bro, Kevin Owens looks so badass with this belt. He looks so bad with this belt.
Yeah,
bro.
that belt might be one night now. He might be showing that
Bro,
off.
I think WWE's gonna
Yeah.
see what the sales are for the current title and what that title do.
It's funny
But
you
let's
say
be
that.
real.
Because,
That big title, it's too brandable for all sports teams. Like, just look at the plate itself. Like, you can do more with that. Like, you can't put like the Detroit Pistons logo colors on a winged eagle. It's just like,
you can't.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's funny because like there was like fan footage after where Kevin Owens like attacked Cody and shit after the match, hit the package pile driver. So then WWE on their social media posted the video themselves, like, "Oh my god, this happened," right? And then you see Kevin celebrate. He took the belt, so he's walking with it, and Triple H gets involved, and you see him pushing Kevin and this and that, like by the entrance area, and people were speculating on a match that it could go down.
Nah.
No way.
I'm
Do
good.
not.
I'm good.
Don't get
I'm
your
good.
hopes up.
But,
That's definitely not happening.
Okay, but WWE did post this on their social media. Let me just remove this real quick here. Breaking news. Earlier today, it was confirmed that Cody Rhodes suffered a cervical swelling and was kept overnight at a local hospital. That's a word you think WWE would be using ever again or ever for observation. While x-rays were negative for a fracture, Rhodes has been officially diagnosed with axial compression of the cervical spine, as well as a cervical strain with spasm.
Always does so much.
They always write some random shit, bro. And I'm like, yo, just say he's gonna be out. Honestly, dude, he should be gone till 2025.
He will.
Yeah, at least for a few weeks.
No, bro. So take the holiday off. You know what? Go to Tulum with your wife and the kids, bro. You don't come back until 2025. Until then, have Kevin Owens walk around with the winged eagle. Let him be the uncrowned champion. Right? That's what I think they should do. Funny enough, Kevin Owens, the savage that he is, posted this on his social media. Upon leaving Gorilla, Triple H enthusiastically thanks Kevin Owens for the house and tells him how proud he is of Kevin for doing what needed to be done and taking what he truly deserves, and proceeds to invite him over to his house for Christmas dinner and watch #Saturday Night's Main Event back on a 734-inch TV. I believe Paul has that in his house. Like, I want to believe he has like a man cave.
Gotta be a big ass living room.
Big ass living room. I have to believe it. And look who's joining us here right now, ladies and gentlemen. He is. No. He's better than that. Well, we love Paul, but this is like guy. Again, this guy right here, man. Let me tell you, man. He is the reigning and defending ATP AEW Continental Champion.
He still is, huh?
He still is. He is endorsed by Karrion Kross. He is the number one Liv Morgan fan. Our friend, your friend, the one, the only, the one and only, the great Romeo Anthony. What's going on, buddy?
You heard from my lawyers, right, Walter? You stripped me on my title when you had no right doing that.
All that. Tony Khan, he's gonna have to deal with that because I wasn't trying to do all that.
Yeah. We get Cody versus KO rematch next Saturday's main event. Maybe
That's
Rumble. Maybe the Royal Rumble.
Or you do that on the Netflix if you really want to make it real big.
That Roman and Solo's gonna main event. You're gonna,
or you can do it that
Cody back
that Friday too.
Probably,
maybe,
probably so. But again, I thought overall, for the most part, solid show from Saturday night's main event. They did also announce that on SmackDown, they announced that it will be tribal combat between Roman and Solo. That's happening.
Tribal combat.
Hopefully this time they get it right. Hopefully they get it right this time.
It'll be hard to mess it up over last time.
Yeah, we're not trusted. We were there. We saw it. But also, people were saying that Carmelo Hayes got buried by Braun Strowman. I'm like, no, he didn't.
He did, bro. Due time. See, buried is different nowadays. You're not buried in the moment, but the moment may be something that like took you to be buried like months down the line. Steve, you remember? I remember watching one of your reviews back in the day of John Cena and Damian Sandow. And John Cena beat Damian Sandow when he cashed in the Money in the Bank. And you said, nah, this guy's not buried. He had a great match. He'll be just fine. And what happened to Damian Sandow months after? He went down the card. And he became Miz's little stunt double, and then we forgot.
Basically, to me,
Congratulations.
You've been worked. Pretty much.
That's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Facts. But also, speaking of the leads no longer being around from Tessa Blanchard, Ray Fenix also decided to remove some of his tweets. You guys remember, right? Last week he had this tweet up. No one stays in the place where they receive inhumane treatment. You know, I needed a doctor when you ignored me for months, right? You know, unfortunately, due to contractual issues, I can't speak now, but I will in my time. So far, the most accurate comment. All the stuff is now gone, vanished into the shadow realm, never to be heard from again. Turns out he deleted all these tweets.
That's worth a shock.
Which is a shock, yeah. But I just think, honestly, Tony Khan and Ray talked it out. So now there's like an understanding, probably. I just think, honestly, Ray tried to...
I don't think it's that.
I just think, honestly...
Tony Khan don't talk to nobody.
I know he doesn't, but still. I just think, really, to be honest, he tried, to talk get his way out of it, but it just wasn't happening. Yeah, they weren't falling for that shit, but yeah. Also, anything you want to chime in on this regarding this whole Ray Fenix removing his shit, his social media tweets and stuff like that?
I think it was just a Hail Mary trying to annoy Tony enough to release him. And it didn't work.
It did not work.
Hail Mary.
Just like the field goal kick from yesterday against the Jets and the Jaguars. Just I don't know what the fuck was that about.
You were watching that game?
Yeah, parts of it. I caught parts of it.
Turns out the Jaguars are very elite at tanking, a lot better than the Jets are.
Oh, yeah. But we wrap up. We conclude this episode here. But Roman, anything you want to chime in with the Tessa Blanchard stuff now that you're here?
We kind of talked about it on our stream that we were on Friday.
Yeah, Saturday night's main event.
That's right. Yeah, we talked about it on there.
Okay. But also to wrap things up here, Chris Jericho was also in the news this week. This past Saturday, he showed up at GCW's Highest in the Room show. As you guys may not, as you guys probably are aware by now, this Friday he is defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Matt Cardona at Final Battle at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
2 Ring of Honor legends.
Yes, and I ain't gonna be there. So he shows up.
No 2-for-1 special for Ring of Honor.
I don't.
Well, time out, Steve. You've been begging them to do a show at the Hammerstein Ball. He said it's not ROH until you return. Until you return, true. And then they return, and you don't show up. Really? After begging them.
Well, to be fair, I mean Walter didn't go to the show in.
This ain't about Walter. This is about you.
Nah, holiday time, brother. We'll see. So he decided, he's New Yorked up, New York baseball. Look at it, he's very New Yorked up here and in California. He attacks Cardona and Effie, and then he reveals
Effie.
You're laying down, face down as a
bitch. They didn't give it away.
Give it away. He's rocking the AEW t-shirt there. Now, look, man, I just think it's kind of silly. Like, okay, you can show up at GCW, right? You can show up. But yet Willie Mack pulls himself out of a GCW show, which was that was supposed to be the show. But yet Ricky Starks is sitting at home, like, what the fuck, bro? What is this?
Come on, you know Jericho got the pull. I mean, what are you surprised?
He got that. He got that pull, like you said. You're right. He does have the pull. He can literally do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not surprised, but still, like, it's just so, like, if you're Ricky Starks, like, yo, this is so, like, petty by Tony. Like, you let Jericho show up to GCW, but you let Cardona, who's like the face or one of the top acts in GCW, show up to Ring of Honor television.
They need to sell tickets, man.
Right? And this happens. Like, what are we doing? But
yeah, the Stark stuff that didn't benefit AEW at all, really. Just kind of benefited Starks and GCW.
Basically,
this stuff Tony's thinking is probably, I'm going to get these GCW fans to watch the ROH pay-per-view.
Right, go to the show.
I want to wrap up with this, though. Before we go, I want to wrap up with one more thing here. So also over the weekend, Chris Jericho was not the only AEW talent doing an indie appearance. No.
Oh, this is going to piss off Steve. I could tell.
Former AEW World Champion, former AEW International or American Champion, and also the current holder of the Diamond Ring, MJF, wrestled at an indie show in Florida. I think it was for BCW or BC.
Boca Raton Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. He wrestled QT Marshall. And who happened to make an appearance at this show? Big Boom AJ in his walking boot. Made an appearance.
Your guy.
He dropped the boom on a QT Marshall. But then we see this face-off.
All in Texas, baby.
Over the century.
All in Texas, baby. Book the match, Tony. Book the match. MJF, Big Boom AJ. We got to see it. The streets have been asking for it. It's happening. It's going down. You heard it here first.
It's definitely happening, though.
But it's just sad. Like, bro, really? Look, I can understand if you're a talent AEW and Tony's not using you. Ray Fenix, Ricky Starks, Willie Mack. The list goes on. I can go on. But yeah, when you're
instead.
But yet, when you're MJF and you're about to be in a movie, Adam Sandler movie, right? You're literally one of the, well, depending who you are, depending who you talk to, right? But one of the I guess watch things on that's watchable in AEW.
He's the most
watchable still.
One of the most prioritized. Yeah, they prioritize. How do you say it? He's the top. He's like the creme de la creme almost for AEW.
And yet you work these in, like, yo, you must have owed someone a fucking favor, bro. You had to owe someone a fucking favor. Like, it's so, like, it's depressing. It's depressing as shit.
Or something.
It's depressing as shit. It's depressing as Kyle Fletcher beating Okada, bro. It's depressing as Kyle Fletcher. It's depressing as Okada wrestling in fucking Rampage. Okay. But also, real quick, Toni Storm also made a return. OG Toni Storm.
Here.
To AEW. She wrestled on Rampage against who did she wrestle?
I thought she joined AEW.
Yeah, well, OG Toni Storm, who retired originally, time with Toni Storm, but now is the old Toni Storm, right?
Wait, that's the same person?
Well, that was her before she became timeless, right? But she wrestled, yeah.
I'm so confused. What are you talking about?
Okay,
OG Toni Storm don't even know who.
So Toni Storm returned to her original form, not timeless. The one that showed up in AEW before being timeless. Toni Storm.
What?
Yeah, showed up, wrestled Harley Cameron on Rampage.
This
My
guy's
good
talking
friend.
about right now.
And then wrestled
Holly Cameron. Damn.
and then wrestled Shazza McKenzie on Collision.
Ooh.
A lot of people. I know.
Ooh.
A lot
I'm
of
serious.
Yeah,
I know,
I'm actually,
I know.
yeah, I'm actually serious. Who is that?
Google them, motherfucker. Google them, okay? You Google them. But the point is, I know we're about to wrap things up here. People were mad. Oh, why is she wrestling on these shows? This should be on the main show and this and that. Like, look, man, considering that Rampage is about to be canceled, I think in a week or so, whatever the fuck it may be.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck at this point, right? I think this is all going to be an act until we get the return of Timeless Toni Storm. And look, they're going to probably wrestle in Australia in that convention building. No longer the stadium, but down in a convention building, whatever the fuck it is. So there's that. All righty. That being said, we're going to put a bow on this. You guys have been awesome as always. If you guys have been awesome, thank you all for tuning in. You guys, again, awesome as always. We love each and every one of you guys. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. All right? Share it through social media. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. Follow us there. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. Walter, let them know where can they check you out.
Follow me at Ham Walter.
There you go. Romeo Damas. Romeo Anthony. Romeo Damas. Tune in tomorrow to Raider Raw review. You gonna be there tomorrow?
Yes.
There you go. Tune in for that one. And of course, CPZ. Let them know.
Yeah, you can follow me at CPZ loves you.
Loves you. Yes, he does. Like we said, bro, this is Tessa Blanchard's last chance. No more fucking around, Tessa. Prove everybody wrong. Remind everybody who might have forgotten.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.